G'day and welcome to this week's video. My name's Robert Gowdy from Consortium Private Wealth, and this week we're going to have a look at a business called Altium Limited. They're a software developer, and we're going to consider a market release where they've come out and given what has been seen as quite a negative report, and think about that in terms of long-term investing and whether the short-term decisions or the short-term bumps in the road, and clearly COVID is a huge bump in the road for businesses around the world. Whether we should be focusing on this very short term or keep looking out 1 year, 2 year, 5, 10 years, rest of our lives in terms of our investing time frame. And as for those who've been watching me for a while, know that our investment time frame is really our life expectancy, not 5 years down the track, not to when we retire, but more so around our life expectancy. If we're with a younger partner, which is often the case between a husband and wife, we're looking at the youngest partner's life expectancy. So people that are even looking to retire at 65, we are still mapping out and projecting 30 years in front of them, and that's their investment time frame. But Altium, back to them, they are a software developer, and electrical engineers use their software to design circuitry boards. So if you have a look around you now, clearly the device that you're watching this video on will have a circuitry board and multiple of them, or within them the control pad on the wall for your air conditioning, your remote control, the mouse, everything is interconnected. And it's not that far down the track that whilst your fridge would already have circuitry boards to control certain things and lighting and the like, it will soon be internet enabled. It'll be Wi-Fi, it'll be connected to your phone, be connected directly into a supermarket. Obviously, who knows how far this will go. So circuitry boards for electronics and the internet of everything, as everything is connected, is a theme that we've been looking at for a long time, and our clients have been very much long-term shareholders of Altium. It's been a fantastic business. But today they've come out with what is seen as a profit warning, or just a warning to say things aren't quite as good as they were. Now, if we go to the screen, we can see here the market opens around 10 o'clock each day, and this was done at 12.39. And Altium's share price is down nearly $3, or 8.11%. So the market has taken this news really negatively, and I think it'd be worthwhile for us to actually go through and have a look at the report and analyse a bit of what they've done. And as an investor, I think this is what people should be doing. We shouldn't just be concentrating on the price. We should be looking at what the business is doing to analyse what's happening behind the scenes, what are the directors telling us. So if we go and have a look, and of course the market can see your information one way, and other investors see things another way. So a negative for some can be an opportunity for others. And whilst I'm a glass half full type of person, I'm always looking for the upside, particularly where I've got a conflict where I own some Altium, like many of our clients. I want things to go well, but we've got to be very flexible in our thinking. So if we go through and have a look at what's happening here, I've highlighted a few points, and clearly right at the top here, they're essentially saying that growth is likely to be below the analyst consensus thinking because of COVID, of course. And while they've had very attractive pricing, they've extended payment terms to support customers during a very difficult time, and obviously that is driving seat growth, so the amount of licenses that they're selling, and it's obviously going to increase in revenue for the full year. It's likely to be below what normally they thought it would be, and what is the analyst consensus. And when analyst consensus is looking at all the analysts, or the brokers, the research houses that are researching this business, and using all those different opinions to give us a consensus or a bit of an average. So we can see here that they're supporting their customers during COVID, and what they're doing is they're providing attractive pricing, particularly for new customers and probably current customers. So they're saying, look, pay us less, and extended payment terms. So they're extending out obviously the timelines when they have to pay. So in the short term, that's definitely a hit and quite negative. In the longer term, that's sort of like looking after your neighbour, helping out family, helping out friends. So I see that longer term as a fantastic positive. We can see here that COVID is now in Beijing. Obviously, there's been a recent lockdown, so they temporarily closed the Beijing office. So quite a negative thing there, but I do believe that COVID will be short-term. Now, whether that's 1 year of short-term or 2 years, we don't know. But when we've got an investment time frame of 10, 20 and 30 years, then we can start to think differently about this report. Here it's saying that globally, seek growth is up 7% for the same time last year. So it hasn't gone backwards. In fact, it's still growing. And obviously that's part of the drive to support their customers with obviously attractive pricing and good payment terms. So still growing, but just not at the pace they were in the past. And obviously expectation has a lot to do with that. So we can see here the CEO has stated that our strategy is to support customers increase volume under these conditions through attractive pricing and payment terms. And obviously that'll get us close to or just to surpass a key target of must be 50,000 new subscribers. So I see that as a huge positive, because looking out beyond the very short term, which the market's looking at right now, we're seeing that we've got a company that's got a very good product and is highly customer focused to look after people. And like I've said with Office 365, the Microsoft product, that once people get used to using a product, a service, it's just habit forming. You start to rely on that. So if they get all these new customers in, more than likely longer term, they're going to be stuck there. It becomes a habit. They become used to using it, and the cost to change just becomes too great. So obviously it's the right thing to do by their customers, to look after and support them at what is a very difficult time. So whilst the market has clearly read a whole bucket load of negatives, these are short term. The business is very high quality with great products, and they're clearly looking after their clients. I see this in the longer term as a huge positive. Now, of course, this is not a specific recommendation to go out and buy Altium. It's one that we've done for our clients since $4. It's well beyond that now. But if we go and have a look at probably a longer time frame, which I think is really important to do so. So here's 1 day down 8%, and of course this is done at 13 past 3. Obviously it's still down a little bit more than what it was, $3.10. Still, that's just a day. This is a 5-year graph. So 5 years ago or thereabouts, it was worth $4.64, and it is worth $33.26 even after today's price reaction. So what I'm encouraging people to do is not to worry about, this might be just a clear opportunity to purchase a very high quality business with no debt and in a great sector with great tailwinds pushing it down the road. So it may be seen as an opportunity, but let's not focus on the short term. The bumps in the road, and COVID is definitely all going well, a short-term bump in the road while we develop vaccines and we get back to some sort of normality. Now, we all know we're not there yet, but these are the opportunities that come along. Has the market got it wrong? Is the market just too impatient? They're just wanting it all now and not prepared to wait the 1, 2, 3, 5 years for a business to implement and grow, which these guys have clearly done over the duration. It's been a fantastic business. As always, this is general advice, not personal specific financial advice where I'm taking into account your personal situation. It is general advice only, so please seek your own personal advice. Thank you very much for listening. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and those that have, thanks very much for your support and listening. Thank you for your comments. I'm happy to reply to any questions that are out there. So go to the comments and leave us some information. Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon. Bye.